What's up, y'all? This is the first listen for the brand new Phish album, Big Boat. Zach's looking at the album right now.
I'm bitching about digipacks. I'm tired of them.
Yeah, now here's what I have to say.
Scratch my CD every time I take it
I don't like how it's done where you pull it out like this on the inside, and I don't like how it is when you pull it out from this side.
In other words, we don't like it at all. We
Now,
like the jewel case.
I like the feel of the case. I like all that, but when it comes out that way, it's like if I pull it off the shelf, the disc is gonna fall out.
Sling it.
It does happen.
And you pull it
It
the other way,
does.
you feel like you're gonna scratch
It
the shit out
does.
of your CD.
And when it's like this, you tear up the fucking inside
You scratch
when
your
you
CD.
pull out the CD.
Because you gotta bend that spine.
Yeah, you gotta bend it to take the fucking CD out. I don't even want to take the shit out because I know there's probably not gonna be much interesting things to look
That's
at.
why
in the
nowadays a
lyric
lot of them
book.
come with digital
But it's like,
downloads, so you just download the digital and you keep the CD nice and pristine.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like to keep my things looking just like the day I bought it. But more than likely, there's gonna be shelf
The
wear.
thing
on it.
is, all the albums I buy, I pull them out once to
Well,
put
yeah.
it on the Xbox.
I
and put it on
understand,
the
but
computer.
yeah, I totally get that. But I'm saying,
Goes
like,
back in, never comes out.
if you're not one of those people, and this is your fucking thing, it's definitely not gonna last.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? If you carry this around, and this is like, oh my god, I love this fucking record.
And you're driving around, you got a disc in your car.
Or you're one of those hipsters that wants to take everything mobile, but hasn't grown accustomed to fucking MP3s yet, so he carries around a Discman and a CD in his pocket.
Oh, just get with the time. CDs actually, the sound actually degrades on a CD. It actually does. It's proven fact. Get with digital. Sound will not degrade.
Digital sucks.
Digital
is not like the best sound I've heard, and I don't want to be one of those. I got a beard vaping fucking. Vinyl is the best goddamn sound in the world, but I have heard so much different sounds on records that I have digital and physical that on vinyl, like
do sound better.
it's not compressed. So that's
But
where you get your sound, because it's
to me, I'm always a CD
on digital.
man.
It's more compressed than it is on the CD.
Not unless you buy an uncompressed version.
Yeah, cause I mean, you can get the version of the 9 Inch Nails Deluxe Edition that I was able to download was the audio something.
It did sound different than the other ones.
It did, man. I don't know what it was, man,
But yeah,
His CDs actually degrade over time. The laser actually
10
starts
minutes of
messing-
just
messing
talking
it up.
about CD cases.
what?
We had 10 minutes of talking about CD cases.
Yeah, I'm fucking drunk at the moment. But the new Phish album, alright? I had no idea Phish was going to do anything new at all. Until all of a sudden I look at Facebook and boom, there's a little preview for the album.
Why do I know that name, Bob Ezrin?
Bob Ezrin is the guy who produced The Wall.
Okay.
He produced the
Okay,
last.
that's all I needed to
He
know.
produced the last Phish album, which was to me their best album since like Farmhouse or Story of the Ghost. But Bob Ezrin is a good fucking composer. He did a couple Kiss albums. I think he did Destroyer.
Who did the fucking...
He did the one.
The good one.
The fucking.
The one that no one talks about.
The music from The Outer. He
Okay.
produced that. I am just a boy.
Reference to my first episode.
Yeah, I hate that I was like so mean on that album because I love that Kiss album. You know.
You were looking at it from the
I was
eyes
like, let
of...
me be an angry reviewer.
No,
guy.
you were looking at it from the eyes of every, oh, Kiss is God kind of fucking eyes.
Yeah. So, man. Alright. You know, alright, what were you saying? You were saying you had a biased opinion on your new Green Day.
Yeah.
Alright. Give me y'all's opinion before I go on my dick sucking for Phish.
Yeah, that's the
thing.
We'll
'cause
do
you
our
said
thing, and then
I got
walk away and he'll do it.
I will do anything for Green Day's dick, and I was like, yeah, I like that green dick.
And I like that corn
On that
dick.
video. See,
like
you like some corny dick.
He likes it
So
fishy.
anyway,
I'm a gay fish.
The gay fish.
you're a gay fish. Travis is a gay fish. He likes fish sticks.
I'm a motherfucking gay fish.
But
God.
my opinion on Phish is I don't know much from them. Other
Yeah.
than, like, I haven't listened to much from them. I've got a few records.
You have the Siget disc, which I need.
I do
need
have
the
that.
Siget disc.
I got that at a pawn shop, I think.
You should just give it to Travis.
No. I'm done giving him stuff out of my collection.
Look, you're not gonna want it. You don't listen to Phish.
Doesn't matter. It's in my collection.
You
It's
should
gonna
trade
stay
with
there.
him.
Fuck
Find
you.
something he wants.
I will. That could be a good thing.
You could trade.
I can trade you for like 4.
Well, I don't know.
And
What?
you wouldn't, yeah.
So you,
How much do you want that Phish album?
He wants that thing. You can
What
go
do
on
you
Amazon.
want of mine?
We'll find out.
Nah, name some shit.
I would like some of the stuff I gave you. Because I know you're not going to listen to it and I totally want to hear it.
Well, what did you give me? You've given me Spasm.
That one.
You've given me Death Witch.
Death Witch, yeah. I really want the Death Witch more than anything.
You've given me.
Fuck the Spasm. I really want the Death Witch.
You gave me Violent J's Wizard in the Hood.
I did?
Yeah, you don't fucking remember that?
No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, you gave me that shit a long
Are you
time
fucking
ago.
kidding me?
Which is the one you want?
Oh,
What's the album?
damn.
Which album's the one you want?
Well, my shit.
Yeah, Phish. Which is the one you're looking for?
Oh, Sicket disc. The Sicket disc. It's just like it's.
He's going to buy it.
Song
He's going to buy it for you
sketches.
right
Yeah.
now.
I want to see.
I'm
see
sure
it.
it's cheap on
I
Amazon.
want to see if you can find some things you can't even find anymore.
You ain't lying. But
Like
anyway,
I want that Samargal CD and you can't get it.
give me some. Give me.
My thoughts on Phish.
Keep going.
See, that's funny for the people that know us.
$5.
I mean, I probably spent less than that on it. But the people that know us, that little rant there would have been funny for them to hear. My thoughts on Phish is like, I only have 3 or 2 official albums and 1 like
The
I
Sicket
guess you could
disc.
say.
It's song sketches left off of Story of the Ghost.
Okay, see, he knows. So my I was young when I bought those. It was probably 6, 7 years ago.
6 fucking years ago. It was
When
right
I bought
after-
those and I listened to them in the car and or when I was in the car on the go, I would drive way more back then than I do now in my shitty car, and I have a good car and I never go anywhere. But I would listen to it all the time in the car, and then at home I got, what was it, Round Room and
Undermine.
Undermine
They
for
were
$1.
at the dollar store, the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, the
for
Dollar
$1.
Tree, and I called you and Charlie while I was there, and I said, dude, I don't really care for Phish, but I see 2 unopened, brand new CDs at the Dollar Tree on Airport Thruway for $8. 2 Phish CDs, 1 comes with a DVD.
Yeah, that was.
And y'all were like,
great.
I'll be there. Y'all fucking came over at y'all's own pace or whatever, but I bought them that day, and I was like, dude, they have like 100 copies. That was the crazy thing to me.
Yeah.
100, like, it was, they don't even sell CDs like that anymore. Because I remember, I have 1 CD in my,
That one with the Deftones guy.
oh yeah, I actually got that one too.
Yeah. 'Cause Charlie was
Um,
saying that one was good.
It's not bad. It's like I hate to say this, feminine side of Deftones. Like, A Perfect Circle is the feminine side of Tool. So, after listening to those Phish, I don't really care to listen to much Phish because I was burned out on those 2.
See,
And
how
they
were you
weren't
burned
really that
out?
good. They weren't that good. And I listened to so much shit that if I hear something that I'm not interested to, I'm not going to listen to it. And then I'll stick with stuff and I'll continuously go back to that. If I want to hear stuff, I'm like, okay, I'm going to pick up something I am nostalgic about, or I want my member berries, so I'm going to listen to,
Remember the 90s?
you know,
But remember the 80s?
specific
Remember the 90s?
bands
Remember
that I
Judah?
listen to. And when I listen to those 2 Phish albums, I'm like,
Yeah, dude, that's
So
my thing,
it's what
dude.
sucks. Yeah, I know you say is that I don't really care for it. It's not that I don't care for it. I listen to the shit that I have.
See, the thing is like, I'm
not a big Phish fan. I'm sorry that all the Phish fans that's probably watching this are gonna be like,
dude,
fuck you.
There are 3 types of Phish.
I was like, there's only 3 Phish fans. You guys must spend
There's
a
a
lot of
me,
money.
you, and a Travis.
There are the
Is that
ones-
right?
Well, in a way, there are the ones who only want to see him live, and they say that the live stuff is the full-on.
Well, that makes sense.
Where you gotta see it.
There are some bands that are only good
Hey.
live and some that suck
Dude, they
live.
jam out.
Well, that's a jam band.
You will get. They will take a song that's on one of their albums that might be 4 minutes long,
Do like what we used
and
to do
it'll
and make
be
it like
a
2-hour
fucking
song.
30 minutes long. And then there's the other fans who like both the discs and the live stuff, and kind of like me, I love the fucking studio stuff and the live stuff. And then there's your Phish fans who are like,
There's a baby kitty.
I only like from the white tape to.
But is it
Juja.
really reflecting on the water?
Well, it's
Well, I mean,
it's just a mirror image.
There are some places where
Yeah.
the water's so crystal that it can make a reflection like that.
It's
is
just
possible.
a crystal
But that's
image.
just.
So what I'm saying is, I hate that, because this band to me, dude, is so phenomenal that I hate. Because
They don't
I
get the recognition that they should.
well, no. When you got those 2 albums and I picked them up, that was the first time I heard them. All right. To me, Round Room and
That's the first time
Undermine,
you heard Phish?
No, because I had already started getting into it.
Because I thought
2
that's
years
what I was
prior.
about to say, but you just said.
But when that was the first time I heard those 2 albums.
Okay.
So when I heard those 2 albums, I was like, oh no, this is not a good place to start. Because, dude, like, I hate that you started off with Undermine and Round Room. Because if you would have heard, like, Story of the Ghost, Hoist, Rift, Junta, or Lawn Boy, dude, those albums are fucking phenomenal. And to me are like the best of the best when it comes to Phish. Like, fucking that whole, even Billy Breeze. Like, I don't like Billy Breeze as much as any of them albums that I just named off, but goddamn. But me being a fan of Phish, I like Round Room a lot because there's a lot of cool jammy stuff on there, like Pebbles and Marbles. But Undermine, I don't love it, but it's got some interesting stuff. But when I hear it, I'm like, damn, this is not a great place to fucking start. And so I hate that, like, that was your introduction to Phish, you know?
I mean, that's understandable. Picking the worst CD to start with, and you automatically have it.
Well, see, I didn't pick the worst CD.
They
I
were
saw
there.
a good deal.
They were there, you saw
I
a good
saw
deal.
a good deal. So
But really, there's some great songs on those albums. Like, to me, those albums don't suck. They're just not as good as the other ones. Like, even Farmhouse, to me, is a little better than Undermine. Joy is really the only one that I don't love. The one when they got back together and Trey Anastasio is sober. And there's good shit on it, but I don't love that album. But, oh man, give me your thoughts on the one we just heard here.
I would. It kind of makes me want to hear more of their back catalog. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they're
A lot of it was kind of corny, and I did make jokes about it.
That's
but
the fun thing about
That's
Phish.
what I do with everything I listen to.
That's the
Even if
fun
it's my
thing.
favorite bands, I still make jokes about it.
Yeah, me too.
You know, when anytime
Booyah.
anytime Green Day comes out with something,
Pre-ordered.
I always,
Deluxe edition
My
Metallica.
man.
Nice.
Went ahead and did that now.
How
The
much was it?
$60 one?
No, 16. I got the deluxe CD.
Okay,
I don't have
okay,
a
you
vinyl
got the
record
CD.
How
player.
much is okay? So
It would still be cool to
$21.59?
have.
It's $16.99. I just went,
Okay.
I got the UPS.
It would look good on a shelf.
The basic one.
What's the
from there.
record? What's the cover look like? Yeah,
It's
that
a-
would look good on a shelf.
Okay, I'm gonna have to pre-order that next weekend.
Well, it doesn't.
But
You don't
the,
even get charged until it ships.
You know it. True that.
But the
So-
someone's dying.
Yeah.
Ah, I
Josh
knew it was a
Schneider.
Samsung.
They all
'Cause
sound
every
like
Samsung has that sound. I got my own sound. I'm LG.
Yeah,
What
so
are you?
Go ahead.
You're fucking Samsung. I'm the only odd man out. But yeah, this kind of makes me want to listen to more because it's got its moments that. I mean, this is the first time I got to listen to it all the way through, and I did talk over it because we haven't seen each other in like a week.
That happens.
So we're gonna talk. But I did enjoy it, and except for the moments where you paused it, where it's like, dude, we're just gonna talk. I'm sorry, this is gonna happen.
Yeah, there are moments where I'm like, man, but this song we gotta pause.
I know
because if we
that you
keep
wanna
talking,
hear
we're
it,
gonna miss the cool
and
parts.
I wanted to do that during Green Day, but I'm like, it's just gonna happen. I don't want to pause it.
Oh, but I listened to Green Day.
The new one,
Yeah, dude.
I skipped a lot.
No, you didn't. We listened to the whole thing. Listen to the whole thing, bro.
Anyway,
So get going, man.
so this is
I'm actually glad that you liked it.
I did like it. I liked it a lot more than Korn. It reminded me of the stuff that I did hear when I would drive around a lot when I had my.
Would I be playing the good fish? Well,
No,
you were
when I was alone, dude, like I had my own car. I drove a lot and I smoked joints and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't want to be home after I got off of work. I had like 3 joints rolled or whatever, and I would listen to like 2 records and just burn gas in my shitty
Yeah.
car. I used to do that shit a lot.
So I wish I was
'Cause when I-
mental enough to handle that, you know? Because when I was stoned, there's no way I'm driving, man.
Oh my god.
There's no way I'm pouring a soda when I'm stoned.
That is so awesome.
This motherfucker would pull off his socks.
I
soon
lost
as
the
he-
sock.
As soon as he's lost socks, not a sock. There was that time when it was almost 2 days in a row actually. You went out with Joey and Joey
With
Schmig,
Joe Schmig.
Joey K and Joey Schmig.
Well, that's how
you
you
went
can
out
tell
with both of
how the
them.
level of his drunk or highness was. His
But
socks and shoes starts
it was
coming
like
off.
not even that far from my house.
It felt
Y'all
forever.
went to the fucking church parking lot, and then y'all came back, like maybe an hour later, and you had no sock.
I remember somebody had to put a sock on me.
Dude, they have a shitty Metallica Christmas sweater.
I've seen Alien.
Dude, everyone has a fucking
Dude, I
sweater
know, but
now.
it's so awesome. Metallica.
Those are
has
cool,
got one.
dude.
It's a master of puppets.
But I like this. It makes me want to go back to more
$85.
because it reminds me of when I was driving around in my earlier 20s.
That's
You
what
know?
I'm saying, dude. Like, you know what's crazy? Alright, check this out. You know how Between the Buried and Me started off?
Oh, dude, I would listen to that too.
Alright, look
But
how
I
they
could
started off.
Like that was during the same time I was listening to music and driving around.
But look at their first couple albums, how it took them a couple albums to get amazingly progressive. Phish is sadly the reverse. They started off amazingly progressive and then kind of toned it down, and like every album you get like a big
You get that one
crazy song, and then everything
like
else
that 13-minute song on there.
and then everything else would kind of be like, let's say,
ballad.
they're more structured tracks, but they're intricately designed structured tracks. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't follow
That's-
4-chord progression. It would follow pop progression, but it would be really intricately designed.
That's kind of how I feel about Between the Buried and Me
Yeah.
at this point. Why I didn't really care for their last record is because I know, in a way, to dumb it down, I know what to expect. I know what I'm
But
going.
like me, I
know
think
what
the
I'm
newest
getting
one
into.
was the best.
Because you didn't follow him like I did.
Exactly.
You didn't listen to him as much as I did.
I think it's the cleaner vocals that really pulls me in.
See, nope.
The screaming, man.
The
kinda
screaming
just like
probably
that.
gets boring to you, but that's not what you listen to.
That's not what the music is amazing.
Exactly.
Music
I
is
am
amazing.
not listening to Between the Buried and Me to hear vocals.
But when I hear the vocals amongst the amazing music, man, I'm like,
I don't want to hear clean vocals
here's
in
the
my
thing,
Between
though.
the Buried and Me.
Here's the thing, though. I think that album just reminded me of the golden age of Prague.
Probably.
You know what I mean? That's why I liked it so much. Because, like,
It was
there's
probably
the- we're in the modern age of Prague right
They've
now.
been better than that, though, to me,
But
in
I
my
don't know,
opinion.
man,
I think Future Sequence or Parallax 2 was their best one.
When something
in a way.
reminds me of the golden age of Prague, dude, I love the fuck out of it. Because it's like, dude, I'm like, wow, you're reminding me of Pink Floyd. You're reminding me of
that's like a
Genesis. You're reminding me of fucking King Crimson. What? Like, that's what I
I
love
haven't
so
heard much
much.
King Crimson.
That's what I love so much about Mars Volta, man.
Oh, I love Mars
Dude, they
Volta.
sound so much like King Crimson on Amputexture and
Oh my
Bedlam
god,
and
that
Goliath.
album, the
God
way it starts.
damn.
Which one of their albums just starts in your fucking face?
Bedlam and Goliath.
Oh.
Because Amputexture starts off with a
Stop.
real drill
That's another
track.
video.
Man, we gotta do a Mars Volta retro. Dude, I gotta put some Mars Volta on your phone before you leave.
Alright,
tonight.
so anyway, my rating on this album,
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it though.
I'd give it an 8.
Wow!
Because it reminds me of when I was... Reminds me of when I had less problems.
Nah.
I was driving around in a shitty Mustang. I had no car payment, no other payments. I was a little bather, just making it like when I first started, you know? Like when you're just now getting out on your feet. You started 10 years ago. I started maybe 5 years after you. So, my little moment, I still look back on sometimes. And I remember, you know, so that gave me memories of the times I used to get really fucking stoned and put, like, I would literally close my eyes and grab CDs off my shelf and get in the car with 2 to 3 joints and just drive around. I would get lost sometimes too. My God, did I get lost.
Yeah, but it allowed you to know where you're at.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I always found my way back. Oh my God, even that first night I went to Walmart, my very first night at my apartment, I went to fucking Walmart with Derek. Bless his heart.
Good old Smokey, y'all.
I went to Walmart with him to get a lot of essentials for my house. You know, like a trash can and just, you know, stuff you buy when you get
You gotta be a
first
fucking
house.
adult. You
Yeah.
need a vacuum cleaner, broom, cleaning
Adulting.
supplies,
Well, things were given to me. I got
toilet paper.
a microwave was given to me and a
Kyle
vacuum
hooked you up
cleaner.
with a bunch of dishes.
Yeah, Kyle hooked me up with a bunch of dishes. Like everyone fucking hooked me up. Even Dad gave me furniture and shit.
That's the great thing about moving out for the first time. Like, people give you shit.
Yeah, people just like, here you go.
I gave them this light they're working on.
Oh, yeah.
But I remember going to
I love this
Walmart,
light.
getting the essentials for like, oh my God, this is my first night as a bachelor. Let's do this. I got a homie spending the night. We're gonna do this. Hell yeah! So we go out there, then we get some Taco Bell on the way back, and then I forget which way my house is because I'm not familiar where Columbus is. You know, I know
You're
Phoenix
more
City.
familiar, yeah,
I was very familiar with riding around in Phoenix City, but when I got to Columbus and I was driving on some unfamiliar roads, I don't know how, but I ended up in Harris County.
Damn.
Zach was right.
But I found my way back.
3 minutes long.
Okay, yeah, he's right.
Hardwired is 3 minutes long.
See? I played it. I learned that song, dude. I'm telling you.
Well, there's Moth To The Flame single. I got that now. We can listen to that once you're done.
So I'm a one-track person.
We've only got 2 tracks. It's Hardwired and
I'm
Moth To The
a
Flame.
one-track
But here's
person.
my
There's
thing.
29 tracks on the CD, I think.
The album gave me member berries of when I used to ride around when I got my very first apartment and just smoke and feel like I was free. You know, it's the first time you're actually
See, that's what Phish is all about, dude.
like
It's just
that's
being
what
free, man.
you know kind of brought me back to it. Just made me feel like I was more just
You know what a ship is?
like how
It's
Josh
freedom.
probably feels on his motorcycle after washing his hair.
What? No. I don't want wet hair inside my helmet.
Well, don't wear a helmet. Just let
That's
it flow in the
stupid.
wind.
That's a good way to
flow
die.
in the wind. Well, don't die. Just let your hair flow in the wind.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
So you said you give this album an 8? Yeah. So all right, give me your opinion on this album that we just listened to, man. I know you've only heard Phish when you come over. It's the summertime.
Phish isn't my thing, but it sounds like 70s. It just sounds like 70s prog rock, but it's not a bad thing. It sounds really good. It's well. I mean, it sounds great.
There is
I like
that moment
song.
where
That sounds really
there
cool.
is that one moment in the album that I feel like it's like a fucking sitcom from the 90s where it's like dude, yeah, you know.
They also had that bluegrass song and it was really cool.
That was cool.
No, I'd easily give it a solid 8. That's a great album.
Wow.
You give it an 8, but you don't know much.
Well, it's not I don't know much. It's just,
I
it's
don't
not
know much.
I can listen to it, but I've listened to so much prog and stuff coming up as a kid that I'm like,
There's
still
an
like,
unopened
I don't
thing
want
over there. Is that yours, Travis?
What?
Oh, that's close. That's
they put-
empty. I just put the cat back
Snap
on.
the cat back
Alright.
on. Yeah, I'm just not a big classic rock sounding kind of guy.
Yeah, they do dad rock nowadays.
Yeah, it's
you know?
it's what it
What
sounds.
is the equivalent of dad rock?
Classic rock. The stuff your
mean,
dad
classic
grew up
rock,
listening.
Dad
But
rock.
then again,
Like our
is
dad
it-
rock,
is
your
it
dad
what-
rock would be like
who
Korn,
is
Slipknot,
who is
System
30
of a
years
Down.
exactly? Is it who is 30 right now and what they listen to, or is it
Who's like
a
50,
fucking
60 now?
exactual or its own fucking genre? That's my question.
Dad rock is not its own genre.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dad rock
Is it something that
is,
people
if
in
you're
their
in your
30s listen to?
If
your
you're in
dad.
your 30s and you're still listening to bands you loved when you were younger, it's dad rock.
Yeah.
When Dad would be playing Chick Corea, or Chick Corea, or Jaco Pastorius,
His
to us that was dad rock. But nowadays, as a 30-year-old, I'm like, wow, that's amazing jazz shit.
yeah, because you think it's like the music that
But
was
then again,
old.
it's fucking Ween. Dad rock. Dad listen
But
to that.
that was Dad listening to the new stuff of the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Primus, Dad listening to the new stuff of the
we
time.
consider country rock.
Chili Peppers, Dad listening to new stuff at the time. At the same time, you and I, we're close to our 30s. I'm in my 30s. You're in your 30s.
I'll be 34
Right now,
tomorrow.
we are still listening to things that are close to the time now. I can't really name any.
Well, it's like the idea is that what we consider classic rock is what he listened to when he was. That's not classic rock to him. That's his music.
Marilyn
That's
Manson
dad
is
rock.
this close to being classic rock
Well,
and dad
it
rock.
technically is.
He is
Korn
classic
is.
rock.
Marilyn Manson to us by the age wise.
Nirvana is classic rock.
Yeah, because anything that's like almost 20, 30 years old is classic rock. So what your dad listened to when we were growing up would be classic rock. Now
that's-
Korn,
now
System
this-
of a Down, Slipknot, Marilyn Manson, everything that's like alternative metal is actually considered by that definition classic rock.
Now, the classic rock to us from Dad's time is
Oldies.
now oldies.
But what are Beatles and Rolling Stones?
Ancients.
Oldies.
Oldies, man. That's like the
They're
old.
still oldies?
They're still oldies. Because,
Well, then what are before then, like Johnny Cash?
well, that
Or
was
fucking
really
Hank
oldies.
Williams.
that would just be oldies. Because I don't know what you would call before that. Because classical, you can't call it classical because classical is its own genre. Classical is a genre, and it's instrumental, intricately designed,
Beethoven,
orchestral
Mozart.
music.
Yeah.
You know, it's the classic.
People
music.
still make classical music today. So,
Fucking Chef
what would you
Boyardee.
call anything before an oldie? I don't know. It was just an oldie because it's old. You'd
Yeah.
call them
It's
an
just
ancienty.
It's really just relevant. It's relevant to the person
Would you
looking
call
at
it ancienty?
Ancienty.
Ancienty?
Well,
Is that a word?
Pink Floyd is ancienty now.
It's based on the perspective. Of the
How
person
is
looking at it.
Pink Floyd ancienty
Because-
when you said that Beatles would be still oldies?
Well, what I'm saying
they're around
is-
the same time.
What I'm saying is the bands that were oldies 10 years ago
Are you high?
are now, I'm drunk, are now Ancienties.
The easiest way to look at it is, to us, the classic rock is still Black Sabbath. The classic rock is still classic rock to us. But younger generations, that's even older to them.
Alright,
It's classic rock to the generation after us.
Classic
is
rock.
fucking shit from the 90s.
Classic rock is pre-heavy metal. Oldies is original rock and roll.
Well, see, what I'm saying is that it's based
Doo-wop.
it's based on the perspective of the person looking at it.
Yeah.
To your dad,
It's
things
all
like Black Sabbath, those
subjective.
old bands, Pink Floyd, are not classic rock. That's music he listened to when he was his
Oh,
age.
that's probably rock and roll to him.
That's rock and roll to him. To us, those are classic rock. To newer generations, that's just grandpa music.
So you got dad rock and granddad rock.
Yeah? What does Granddad listen to? Oji-san.
It's just like
So,
that.
what does
like
OG
the
Sound
South Park
listen to?
episode? We're like, "Shut up, Grandpa!" And every younger generation, like, "Now I fuck with
Sounds
Grandpa."
like shit.
To be old, man. Alright, so check this out. Alright. So what would you rate this album? You
I
said
said 8.
8? Wow.
That's the
Even
same
for-
as me.
Even for some my man. Alright. This
So
album.
who's bebop and who's rocksteady?
I don't know. One of us would be. We're both. We're both bebop and rocksteady, man.
Well, no. Pick your favorite one. Rochambeau for it. Say a name and Rochambeau.
no way.
I am too
No,
old
don't
for
hit your
Rochambeau.
nuts.
No,
Don't hit your
Rochambeau.
nuts. Rochambeau is fucking rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors for
That's
bebop.
Rochambeau.
Rock,
Bebop
paper,
or
scissors
rocksteady?
for bebop.
Who's Bebop was the?
Bebop's the black one with the mohawk.
I'll be Rocksteady. I'm Rocksteady.
I always like
Alright, I'll
bebop.
be bebop. I'll be
See,
bebop.
there you go. You didn't even need to
I
do
don't
it.
give no fucks. They're both
Alright.
cool.
Bebop and rocksteady.
Beavis and Butthead, Cheech and Chong,
See, I don't
Silent
know.
Bob.
I always thought that me and Travis were Beavis and Butthead growing up. I mean, shit, we watched music videos on the couch and we're fucking very retarded.
Yeah, we are pretty stupid. So, alright. You give it an 8, which, wow, I'm glad you guys liked it.
We've already said before.
So
on
Travis
previous
says it's
Fish
6.
albums. We've done Fish albums before.
Travis
They're
says
very high.
6.
Me?
Well, you did 6. Well, I guess because he's basing it because against other Fish albums.
I'm not gonna give you my rating yet. I haven't
Oh, I thought
done
you
them.
just said
Oh,
you said
you're
6.
gonna
I'm like,
rant
wow.
on. I'm ready to smoke.
Well, my thing is, here's my opinion on this album, alright?
I gotta pee.
Coming from a person who
it's
owns
morning.
every Fish album.
It's
Coming from someone
Saturday.
who owns every
Sunday.
Fish album.
Well,
I miss the days
fuck it. I gotta pee.
from White Tape to Junta, Lawn Boy, Rift, Hoist, Billy Breeze. All that early stuff was amazing. But, you know, like I said, Joy is really the only one that I don't love, but it's still good. But Phish has really streamlined their sound, but here's the difference between something I complain about being streamlined and something that I praise for being streamlined. Even though Phish will do a 4-minute, very pop-structured song, it will still be intricately designed. You're getting many notes in a measure as opposed to a 4-chord structure. It will still be a very intricately designed song as opposed to anything else, let's say, on the radio. And that to me is still impressive. So you will still get your real proggy tracks and your real jammy tracks. And when they do a more standard style rock song, it's really fucking good. There's a lot of humor in Phish, and there's a lot of goofiness in Phish, but this album, like, everything on here is very, I don't want to say dark, it's very sort of acknowledging their age and where they're at this point. They're all close to their 50s, if not in their 50s. And so a lot of the songs are about the world ending, death, and missing other people who have died, but without being depressing. These songs,
depressed?
these songs being about that subject matter sort of take it on a positive idea. Like the song Blaze On is about having a good time and smoking weed basically when the world is ending around you. The whole album Big Boat has a very Noah's Ark second coming kind of vibe to it. Like they even say in the song Big Boat at the beginning of the album, if God were to come back, it wouldn't be Jesus coming back saving everybody, it'd be a big boat and we go to outer space. We're basically colonizing other planets because the Earth is dying. You know, it's a pretty deep ass album, but it's not depressing. All the songs are very much about loss and death and getting old and the world ending, which you don't normally get straight themes from a Phish album. You know, you normally get random songs about random goofy shit. But this to me is like one of the first time Phish has kind of stayed consistent lyric-wise on an album, and you can be like, damn, like to me the most depressing song would be Miss You, because he's blatantly talking about somebody who possibly died and is not around anymore, saying things like, you're smiling at me in a picture in a frame and I miss you, you know. So that is the most depressing song, but god damn, it's a good fucking song. Other tracks like Running Out of Time, you're running out of fucking time, dude. There is such a... They are acknowledging their age, they are acknowledging where the world is today, but at the same time, they're embracing it. They're not being like somebody who's like, oh, this sucks, I hate the way the world is. It's like they're saying, damn, this sucks, this is how the world is, but let's just enjoy the time that we have. Hence the Blaze On song, you know, you're fucking just smoking a joint while the hurricanes are coming, the chemtrails are raining down on you. Fucking,
Or these guys could just wrote a CD, wrote some songs, and they actually have no hidden leanings. I always love that too.
like
It's like, what's the hidden meaning in this? I'd love to ask the author one day. He'd be like, there's no, I just wrote a fucking story.
Like, even when you get into things like, alright, the song Friends is written by their drummer and it's sang by their drummer, and it sounds nothing like any other Phish song ever. The Breath and Burning is great. Home, written by Paige McConnell, is fantastic. Blaze On.
We have to hook it up.
Tide Turns.
Wow, look at that.
Things people do, like Josh said, the cool bluegrassy
Game
songs.
set.
No Man's Land. There's a lot of funk. There's a lot of soul. This album is a very substantial album. The song I Always Wanted It This Way, Paige McConnell wrote. Cool electronic stuff going on. You never hear electronic craziness in a Phish album.
PlayStation was supposed to go.
Waking Up Dead. Waking Up
That's
Dead.
where the PlayStation was supposed to go.
Written, Waking Up Dead, written by fucking Mike Gordon. The one you really liked, Waking Up Dead.
Oh, I love that.
Fucking great, dude. Man. And then the final track, I cannot pronounce this. Petrichor. Can you read this for me? The last track, 13.
Petrichor? Well, I don't know how to pronounce it.
The 13-minute long track. The longest track on the album. Very progressive, very tightly composed. It shows that Phish can still be an amazingly intricate band while at the same time writing amazingly intricate dad rock songs, man.
Dad rock.
It to me is as good, if not slightly better than Fuego, which to me Fuego was the best one since Story of the Ghost or Farmhouse. Like I said, there's a lot of good jamminess on Round Room. Undermine has some interesting things. Joy I don't love, but it's passable. But Fuego felt more like a Phish album in a long time, and this one is continuing that. And god damn, this is a great fucking album.
Okay. What's your rating?
My rating's gonna be a 9.
Alright,
a 9 because to me
you've already explained.
there's no weak track on the album to me.
That's
at
cool.
all.
That's
And
cool.
It's
Now,
It's the
we
idea
need
of
to think about when we
perfection of
hook
a
this
prog
up
band.
and listen to the next record, and
So-
then review that while we play Mario Kart.
what we do is, I mean, the album is great. I give it a 9. What did y'all?
8.
Both of y'all were 8s.
That's probably the highest I've given
Now,
anything I've listened to this year.
if you're
Other than Green
if you're
Day.
new to Phish, don't start with this. Start with Junta or Lawn Boy, maybe Hoist, but don't start with any of these newer albums because, you know, anything pre Farmhouse, fantastic to start with, but from here, it's like you gotta understand Phish. You know, you gotta.
You're
I gotta
rambling.
smoke a cigarette. We'll see you guys on the next First Listen.